Hey y'all, it's me, and I look a hot mess. Sorry. It is 8 o'clock, and I'm filming this because I'm not going to have time this week to film another. And you all probably won't be getting another video until Thursday or Friday, so heads up. Unless, like, I randomly just post something. And my cats are, like, crawling all over everything. Alright, so this is going to be a story time as to why my senior year sucked. And sorry about my hair because, like, it's just all over the place. And I haven't put any makeup on today either, and I just got, like, a sweater on, or whatever this is. And that's what we're going with, and everything's crooked because I have a mess over here on this side. This is going to be a story time, obviously, like I said, because I repeat myself all the time. Where to start? Alright. I got a boyfriend. Which is like how every story starts. That is bad. It was in September, October. It was October, yeah. One of the guys that lived up my road had a birthday party. And I met this guy. Well, I had known this guy already, but I re-met this guy at this party, and I was just like, I'm gonna date that guy. And my friends were like, you're weird, what are you doing? And also he was like related to them, so they were like concerned. Ended up happening, so I'm not really gonna get like too much into like him. We'll call him like Jay. That's what his name. Jay is his name. We're not going to get like too much into that part because I don't really care to right now. Right now, Jay is just kind of like a side story. This story is actually about after me and Jay broke up. Okay, how do I put this without it making it sound like it was about him? Because I just tried to change the channel. Alright, never mind. I have my TV paused because obviously I'm trying to film. None of this stuff that happened was ever about this guy. It was never about Jay, okay? So, he got a new girlfriend, and we're gonna call her Lucy. That's a good name. Do I even know Lucy? No, I don't. We'll call her Lucy. Jay and Lucy. Alright, so how that started. Lucy and I were kind of friends, not really close, but like close enough that I would think that she wouldn't do what she did. So let me explain how this started. So me and Jay broke up. Okay, he broke up with me on my nephew's birthday, so that was like lovely. I was like really upset about it. I don't know why. We weren't together like that long, but I was just like highly upset. It was just like really unexpected. Like the breakup was just like all of a sudden, like, which I mean there was probably like a bunch of reasons like why. Not to do with me. It was just like Jay's problem. And a little bit after that I was still like really upset, and this was like 2 weeks maybe. Jay had like, he kept trying to talk to me. And like, obviously I was talking to him because I was hoping that we would like get back together. And he came to like Christmas Eve, well, our family alternative Christmas Eve. He came to that like later that night and everything. And we like hung out. And this was after we were already broken up. And I don't know why I was up the road like at my friend's house, but he ended up driving me home. Like everything was kind of okay. Like everything was kind of good. So I was like, oh, okay, so maybe this is like gonna work out. Wrong. So I go to school Monday, yeah. And I'm not sure if it was Monday that this happened or not, because we were still kind of like talking like just normal. I mean, like we weren't together, but we weren't like not speaking, you know? So here comes Lucy. She's just great. She's my favorite part. I don't have a problem with Lucy anymore, but I would never be like friends with her because you just gotta listen. Okay, so I'm at school. I'm still like upset for some reason because he's like being weird. So I'm like crying at lunch. Okay, and by the way, this guy doesn't go to school with us, but Lucy goes to school with me. I was like crying about something at lunch, alright, and Lucy was like comforting me, just talking about how like horrible Jay was, like just, like I wasn't even talking crap about him, but she was just like hounding on him, to me about him. And I'm like, wow, she's like an awesome friend. She's great. Like, she's like sticking up for me, making me feel better. Like, just tell me everything wrong with this guy and everything right about me, okay? So later that day, I think it was that same day, I go because like at the time I was kind of like low on friends because I had fixed stuff with my previous friendship the year before that had like fallen apart. I had fixed stuff, but my best friend had already graduated, and then my guy best friend, just like, we were okay, but like we weren't like hanging out with each other really anymore. So I went to go up to her because like she was one of my friends, I assumed. So I go up to her and like we're talking before we have to get on the bus. She rode a different bus, but I just went to talk to her because it was like a little bit of a wait before the buses came. And I looked down at her phone because I always notice when people's phones light up. Like, I'm the first person, like if your phone's like facing up, I will see it before you do and be like, so-and-so messaged you or whatever. So I look down at her phone and there's Jay's name. And it was like something heart. And I was like, what? What do you mean? So I literally just straight up said, I was like, oh, is Jay texting you? Or are you talking to Jay? And Lucy was like, oh, no. And I'm like, really? Because what's that? So I pointed out, and she's like,
well, yeah, we've been talking.
Earlier this morning, or earlier this afternoon, not even this morning, like this afternoon, you were like hounding on him, but whatever. So I was like, oh, okay. So now I'm just like
mad.
Like, I'm just straight mad because like the circumstance, like she just like, first of all, she's been hounding on him, and then second of all, she like tried to lie to me when I literally saw his name. So I'm like, oh, okay. And this is just the start, and I'm already 9 minutes into this, so I'm gonna have to like edit something. I don't know. This is gonna be like a long story. I get on the bus and I message Jay, and I'm like,
oh, so you and Lucy are talking.
And he's like,
no, what made you think that? What is she saying?
like all this stuff. And I'm like, honey, I literally saw your name pop up on her phone and I saw what you said. Because then she proceeded to show me like it wasn't a big deal, and I'm like, are you stupid? Are you stupid? Okay. So I tell him, and he's like, well, yeah, but we're just talking like as friends, but nothing else, promise, all this stuff. Okay. So then, a few days later, I hadn't really talked to her. I was like, whatever. He shows up out here again, like at his cousin's house, and we hang out again. So at this point, like, I just thought it kind of like faded off or whatever. Then we hang out again. Alright. So then I go back to school again because I go to school. And she's like, oh yeah, we're dating. And I'm like, oh yeah, for how long? Remind you that we just hung out and like kissed the day before. Okay? Like that night before. And I'm like, oh, since when? This morning? And she's like, oh no, it's been a few days, like since the last time I talked to you. Okay, that's great, because let me tell you what just happened. So I tell her, and she's just like, actually, did I tell her? I don't know if I told her or not. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't tell people that I knew and like had proof of, but I just didn't tell people because I just like to keep a bunch of things to myself in case I absolutely need to throw it out there in the world. I'm about to be like, I mean, I'm not using real names, but I'm like, the people who know. I'm just telling a story, okay? That's it. This is like, nobody go and like try to like figure out who these people are. I mean, even if you know who these people are, don't like think anything about it. It's just a story, so calm down. I can't believe I'm already 12 minutes into this and I haven't even like gotten to the main like point. Alright, so anyway, so they're dating now. That's cool, whatever. They start going to my church. Okay, this is like a big deal, alright, because they never went to my church before. But now that they're together, my ex-boyfriend and this girl, who I thought had been my friend, but apparently not, are now going to my church. My small little church. It's not like a big church where you can like kind of avoid people. No, it's like a small church where like you're just stuck with each other, okay? So, we don't really talk. They get engaged, I guess. I don't know. I was told later on that that was just like a big joke to like get on my nerves, but who knows? I mean, I wouldn't put it past either of them, but whatever. I don't really care. So they got engaged.
It's not in my throat, it's just like my tongue.
They sent me a video of him asking her to marry him. Okay. So I get this video. I don't respond to it. I show it to my mom. My mom is just like, just ignore it. It's whatever. Like, it's fine. They're just doing it to get on your nerves. Like, if they are engaged, then whatever. But they specifically sent the video to you just to get on your nerves, okay? So, I was like, true. So, proceeding to, like, the very, like, end of December. Like, after Christmas, like, that last week. A guy that I went to school with, like, messages me and wants to take me out. Okay, so we start dating, alright, and the date didn't go well. I might do a story on that one day. Date didn't go well. I literally, like, it was so bad that I literally told him, and I hope he never watches this. We'll give him a fake name too. Mark. Mark, I told him, just because I was just, it's not because, like, he was a bad person. It's just, I wasn't feeling it. Okay. Now he's engaged. So that's good for him. Somebody else was feeling him. But I just wasn't feeling it. So I lied and told him that because it was New Year's. It was New Year's night. And I was supposed to stay at his house until then. And then he was going to take me home after New Year's or whatever. But I lied and said that I had to be at the church because my mom was having this, like, New Year's ringing in the new year at the church party thing. And my ex, Jay, and Lucy were there. Alright, so I literally, it was so bad. Like, I was just not feeling it that much. That I lied to him and told him that I had to be at this church by 10 o'clock. Because I told my mom, and my mom told me I had to be there. So I literally would have rather spent New Year's night with my ex and his new girlfriend at church than be with this guy. So if that gives you an idea of like how much I wasn't feeling it, then yeah. He drops me off there, whatever, and I do all that. Okay, flash forward again. So this girl, Lucy, she dated Jay's brother before, and we'll call him Max. So she dated Max. And, so they had broken up, obviously, and she started dating his brother, Jay. His older brother, Jay. Alright, so at school, because, I almost said his real name, because Jay didn't go to school. It wasn't because he was older, like, he wasn't that much older than us. He's, like, the same age as me, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, same age as me. He just dropped out of school. But his brother went to school. And at school, she would hang out with his brother and date his brother and then go home because he was living with her too. And then go home to him. But, like, date his, like, I had pictures. Like, I have photos. People sent me photos of them, like, kissing, holding hands, things that they posted on each other's Snapchats, like, and it was just like a whole mess, okay? And one time, I remember this, it was like so funny. She called Jay to get him to bring her lunch, okay? from Wendy's. I remember this because, like, they sat, like, near me on purpose, I guess, just to, like, rub it in my face. I don't know. It was, like, Lucy and Max sat near me just to, like, I guess irritate me. I don't know, because I'm like, I don't really care. So, and he brings the Wendy's to her. They, like, Max moves so he doesn't see them together. And he brings the Wendy's. He leaves. She takes the Wendy's because she orders enough food for her and her
Friend.
She takes the Wendy's, brings it over to Max, and they eat it together. So I'm like, honey, you just brought food for your girlfriend and your brother that are together.
Okay.
So, this is where it, like, gets really annoying, and I literally, like, we thought that I had ulcers because this is what had stressed me out. Okay, so Lucy, talked so much crap about me. Like, so much. A lot. It was insane. I don't even want to say some of the stuff she said. Like, she said that I got pregnant and had a thing I don't believe in by Jay. She said that I was, like, seeing a 12-year-old, which was Jay's cousin. And that was funny because her friend, who was the same age as me, was actually the one doing that. But they were saying that it was me. And, like, all this stuff. Like, she was just saying all kinds of stuff. Like, it was just insane. And then we would go to church together, and she'd try to act like she didn't do any of that because, you know, I guess she was one of those people who, like, went to church and acted, like, holier than thou, and then, like, at school, she would, like, talk a lot about me. But I looked crazy because I looked so crazy, and that's what made me so mad. It's because I didn't have proof that she was saying this stuff besides what people was telling me. And, like, she did post something, and, like, somebody screenshotted it and sent it to me. It was basically just hearsay. Alright? And, like, once in a while I would, like, see her, like, looking at me and, like, laughing and talking, okay? And so, like, I knew that she was talking about me, but everybody else was, like, people that weren't around her, because they all knew that she was talking about me, because eventually people started telling me, like, you're not crazy, we know that she's talking about you. But, like, for a while there, like, I just looked insane. So, one day, I snapped, okay? I can't remember what exactly it was. I think it was about the getting pregnant by Jay and having a thing. Also, I didn't do that with him. Like, Dalton's the only person that I've been with like that. So, I didn't do that. And, so I got fed up, went to my last 2 classes because it was, like, lunchtime that I heard that. Oh, no. What happened at lunch? Okay.
Oh.
After I heard that at lunch, this girl, the girl that was seeing that 12-year-old boy or whatever, had, like, I was sitting, nobody knows what my, like, school looks like except maybe people that went to school. But anyway, there was, like, this gym, and there was 2 doors. And I sat at the first table by that door. And my friend was sitting across from me and was like, what is going on? Because there's, like, a bunch of ruckus down by, like, the vending machines, which is down, like, that way, away from us. That way. I'm like, I look because I'm like this, and that girl can see that way. So I'm like, what? So I look, and there's that girl is, like, she is tiny, like, teeny tiny, okay? And this guy is standing there, and he's not even holding her, like, he's not doing anything, and she's standing there like,
You better hold me back. You better hold me back. I'm gonna beat her.
and all this stuff, and I'm like, what? And so, like, she starts pointing at me, because this girl is friends with Lucy. We'll call her, like, Anne. Anne's friends with Lucy, okay? So, she's like,
You better hold me back. Like, she's not gonna do nothing.
and all this stuff, and I'm just sitting there, like, this whole day, I hadn't even said anything. And that was the funniest part, is, like, they started stuff when I literally was, like, done with it. Like, I just, like, didn't even say anything, and yet there were still things,
Like, coming at me, and
I'm like, this is fun. Okay, this is great. This is what I want to do with my life. And so I like turn and I'm like, what is happening? And like a couple of the other guys, like I wasn't even like friends with any of these people, but like they knew it was kind of ridiculous what was going on like with these other girls. And so they're like, and she's literally yelling like, hold me back, when nobody's holding her. But she's just like jumping up and down saying that. I'm like, you look stupid, but okay. So, no like shade to her though, because she was one of the girls that ended up telling me like all the stuff that Lucy was saying. So I'm like, okay. And I stand up actually, and I'm like, what? Like I just start yelling like what at her or whatever. And then like the bell rings and she runs off, and I'm like, okay. Then somebody comes and tells me that she said that other thing about that made me really mad. Alright, so I'm like heated, like I'm red, fuming. So I go to class and I'm just like this whole time I just got this like mean mug on my face, like just so mad. So I go after my last 2 classes. I go downstairs and I have people with me because, not because I needed anybody, because those people weren't even there when like it actually went down. Because I ran away from them to chase her. But I go downstairs with like 4 people because everybody's like standing behind me because, you know, I had to have like a posse of people just standing there. I don't know. But everybody was like excited because we were all sick and tired of this girl like talking about me for no reason. And like everybody thought it was about this Jay guy, and it wasn't. It was about the crap that she was saying about me. And that's what people still don't understand. Like even this girl's mom, because oh, this is such a long story. I'm so sorry. Alright, so this girl's mom, we'll call her Penelope. I don't know. I can't think of one. Penelope. She like started saying stuff about my mom. Alright, so my mom was kind of just like, whatever, this is between these 2 girls and like all this stuff. Well then, I don't remember where we saw it or like how it came about, but we saw that she was like saying that she was going to like whoop this girl that's bullying her daughter's mom's butt. Alright, and my mom, she went from like, oh, this is between you all to like,
okay, you gotta show up at my house.
like my mom was like livid at this point. So now we have like a whole family feud happening, okay? And anyway, I chased this girl down. I think that the mom actually got involved after this. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I chased her down, and I see her, and she's standing there with Max, her boyfriend's brother. Well, he was her boyfriend too, but whatever. None of my business, I don't guess. And she's standing there, and she sees me coming, okay? She pushes Max, like, away from her and runs into this other gym to, like, run outside. So one of her friends grabs her, turns her around, and says,
no, whatever you get, you deserve, you're gonna take it.
And like is holding her there because like everybody was kind of sick and tired of like her trying to make me look crazy because I wasn't crazy. So I walk in, like I run after her because like I'm livid and my bus was gonna come and I was gonna miss the bus and I wasn't about to do that. So I run in there after her and I lose all the people that were behind me. And I go in there and I don't even remember what I said. I know we didn't like get into like a physical fight because like I really wanted to, but I'm just not about that life. I'm not even about like confrontation in general, but at this point I had just like got to my breaking point. And then I just started snapping off like multiple times to this girl after this because at this point I was just so done with it. Like anytime I heard anything that she said, I confronted her about it because I was like, you're not gonna do this anymore. Like if I look crazy, then I look crazy, whatever. So I go in there and I call her probably everything in the book. Like I probably call her everything in the book. Like I don't even know. So then I'm like, well, my bus is here and I'm not about to miss it, so suck it. pretty much. So I get on the bus, call my mom. Did I call my mom? Or did I just come home? I think I called my mom and I told her. My mom's like, okay, that's fine. So then we get into the whole conversation when I get home. Whatever. Go to school on Monday. This is when she tries to say that I was like talking to a 12-year-old. And I'm like,
No.
no, honey, I wasn't. So I go up to her because literally as soon as I walk in the door, somebody comes up to me. One of her friends comes up to me and is like, she's saying this and this about you. I think these people just wanted to see me like go off again. So I waltz myself over there because I already know that she's probably going to go to the office and like report me. I am like 30 minutes into this. What is happening? But I know that she's going to go into the office and report me for like bullying her, I guess. And so I go up to her again and I'm like, so is there anything you must say to me? And she's like, no, because that was the thing that annoyed me. I wish she would have just straight up been like, just told me how she felt about me, because like all this talking behind my back was getting on my nerves. It was making me more mad than if she would have just said it to my face. So I go off on her again, freak out. I'm livid again. Walk away, go into my first block. And my teacher, he's like amazing. I'm not going to say his name or nothing. But my teacher that year, my first block, was like, are you okay? Like, he was always so concerned about me. And I think I'm related to him. Yeah, I'm like his cousin or something. He was like, are you okay? I'm like, no. So I like start telling him because I was like early to class. So I start telling him what went down. And I'm like, I'm getting called to the office. I know I am. And if I don't, I'm going there myself. Like, I'm going to turn myself in because I'm just like so done. So literally we do the pledge and all that good stuff. And like 5 seconds later, it was like,
Beep, beep, beep.
Can you send Manira a call down to the office, please?
So I go there and I go into the assistant principal's office. And she's like,
Who are you?
because I had never been in there. Like, I had never been in trouble. So I, like, pretty much give her the rundown. Well, first of all, I tell her who I am. She asked if I know why I'm there. I'm like, yeah. So I give her my answer, and she's like, yeah. And so we talk about it, whatever. She was pretty much just like,
These people do this. I mean, just try to be the bigger person.
literally, she goes,
All I care about is, did you touch her?
and I said, no. And she goes,
Okay, then I don't care what you said.
I was like, and then she was like, well, if you're going to take care of this, I don't know if I can say this. I guess I'm not in school anymore, so I guess I can.
She was like, well, if you're going to take care of this, then you need to do it outside of school and just try to leave it alone inside school.
So I'm like, all right. But while I'm in there, like, she gets 2 other calls from, like, the counselor's office saying, like, Manira called, did this, or Manira called, did that. And she's like, what is up with you today? Like, I've never met you in my life. And all of a sudden, all these people are, like saying that you're doing something. And those other people were still in the same situation. It was that girl, what did I name her? I don't even remember what I gave her as a name. The girl that was, like, trying to fight me at lunchtime. And Max, her boyfriend's brother that was also her boyfriend. She came in there. We were pretty much just, like, mad, like, at each other. She tried to act like she didn't do anything. But everybody knows she did. And the principal, like, knew it too. And she got detention for a few days. And so did the other girl. There was, like, a bunch more. Like, Max had sent me, like, a ton of horrible messages. And my mom and dad, like, made me get in the car to, like, try to hunt them down to, like, confront everybody. I guess everybody was just going to get in a big old fight, like, if we actually found them. But we didn't find them because they were, like, out riding, like, out somewhere. And I didn't find him because I don't even know where he was. We don't even know where that guy was. But, so, yeah, that was a hot mess. And then after that, we got into it. After I got a different boyfriend. Okay, so I was like, this guy wasn't even relevant. Alright, I got a different boyfriend. She was still dating Jay. And I got a different boyfriend. I think we called him Jack. Yeah, we called him Jack in the last video that I kind of mentioned him in. He was like the 15, 16, well, he was like 15. And she tried to start stuff, like with him too, saying a bunch of crap about me. I feel like I'm missing stuff But she, like, messaged me, like, a ton of crap, too, after that start and stuff. I had to go to the doctor because I got, like, acid reflux really bad. And, like, during that, I still have it sometimes now. But that's when it started, like, really bad, was, like, whenever I was so stressed out. And then there was, like, other, like, friendship scenarios that happened that I, like, lost friends, too. So I was literally, like, dealing with, like, 3 different pots of drama at one time. And that was so fun. Alright, that was my story. I probably missed stuff, but, oh well. I'm probably going to do, like, separate videos on, like, the little miniature stories in between. But that was, like, the rundown as to why my senior year, like, most of my senior year sucked. Because I had somebody talking crap about me behind my back all the time. So, alright, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. I hope you enjoyed this. Stick around. I should be posting again, hopefully sometime this week. It should be Thursday or Friday, I'm assuming. I'm going to try to shoot for Thursday, but if not, probably definitely Friday. So, alright, thanks for watching. Bye.